worms, I've really created that kind of teaser that I want people to come back at me and ask me about the second half of that question. Well, how do you go about doing that? Well, then I can go into my whole spiel. And at that point, you got them on the hook, right? Now it could be 30 seconds, now it could be 2 minutes. But you've now got that person's interest to the point where they actually care about what you're saying, they're interested in it, and they're not tuning you out, okay? If somebody looks at you after the first 6 seconds and glazes over, on to the next one, right? You're not wasting their time and you're not wasting yours. But if you get them in that 6 seconds, you've got them for the next few minutes. So that's something to keep in mind as you move forward too. Always make sure your message is crafted to position yourself and exactly what you want it to say and exactly what you want it to do. It's going to help you in the long run, and it's going to position you for greater success personally and professionally. Blogs. Everybody in here, does anybody in here keep a blog? Does everybody in here keep a blog? You know, blogging is a real important part of what we're doing, what we're talking about, and I gotta be honest, I don't keep a blog right now. I've kind of been neglectful of it, and I've got to get it back up and running. But it's not just your blog that counts. You'll hear this a lot. Other people's blogs count. How do you get involved in the conversation? How do you position yourself as somebody that's interested, that somebody wants a dialogue with? Go back to other people's blogs. Leave blog comments for other people. It's a great way to engage them. It's a great way to start to open a dialogue with people that you haven't met before. It's a great way to create an opportunity to meet new people and expand your universe and expand your brand as well. Now, don't be too overt about going to somebody else's blog and saying, hey, this is what I think and check out my website. You want to be a little more nonchalant than that. You want to be a little more subtle than that. And you're not always in it for you. Remember, it's all about how we all get along together and how we work together as a community. That always helps put us in the best position. So keep that in mind as you're moving forward. It's not always a self-serving thing that you're doing. It'll come back, it'll pay for itself. It'll have dividends, people will come back to you, they'll remember the things that you write, they'll remember the kind of person you are that's caring about what other people are saying and engaging in what other people are saying. That's the most important thing you can do, is engage with other people. A couple of points I want to talk about, and I'm going to probably wrap it up in the next few minutes here and open it up for a couple of questions too. I know we've got only a short bit of time tonight. But I wanted to talk about 4 key points, and again, these are directly out of a great article I read, which you can access right on my blog site or on my Twitter site, your favorites. There's 4 key points that I want to talk about with regards to creating your personal brand. One is individuality. Every single one of us is an individual. The oldest saying in the book, right? Be yourself, because everybody else is already taken. We've all heard that saying before. And that's the truest statement there ever was in this entire world. Okay? Be yourself. Nobody else can do it better than you. You can't be anybody else better than you can be yourself. So always, always be yourself. Let that come through. Figure out who you are, figure out what your voice is, figure out what you're all about, and figure out the best way to communicate that to the world around you. Make sure that you're consistent. Okay, so the first one is individuality. The second one is consistency. You want to find your niche in the world and be great at it. You know, am I purely Redskins football? No. But you know what? I know a lot about Redskins football, and I'm pretty good at that. Everybody in here has a niche. Everybody in here has something that they're passionate about, that they're really good at. Make that your hobby. Make that more than your hobby. Make that something that you take up on a regular basis. But make sure that you're consistent with the type of things that you do. Find your area, hone in on it. Your niche is yours. You own it. Go out and grab it and own it. Visibility. You know, there's so many different ways that you can promote yourself now. There's search engine optimization, there's Twitter, there's social media. You know, I'm a bit of an old school guy. I worked with an agency a little while back. I worked with a great agency called Mindspace here in town. And one of the things I found was that so much of the pitching nowadays for media people with regards to stories goes on through social media. You know what? I'm a bit old school. Social media is kind of a new fad in the last 3 years or so. But I'm a 20-year PR professional. So what did I do before social media? It's called pick up the phone and call a reporter. You know what? People don't do that enough anymore. People don't build